guys, it's Brian and PS4 Trophies, and Sony sent me a copy of the Uncharted collection and allowed me to upload 30 minutes of footage for you. So I figured, let's do it as a collectible guide, because that's what I do, and I wasn't around doing YouTube back when this came out originally on the PS3, and plus you guys probably want to watch a guide that's the full 1080p, 60 frames per second. So let's go ahead and jump into Chapter 2, and that's where we're going to find our first of 61 collectibles. And you're going to, at the very beginning, approach a waterfall, and you'll see it sitting behind the rock here. Now we're going to go just a little bit further, and you need to do some platforming across this right here, and you're supposed to jump over to the right and then or jump across here and then go to the right, but instead we're going to go to the left. Now I'm going to tell you, I watched a lot of videos prior to me getting this, and let me tell you, the quality of those videos did not do this justice. It is a gorgeous game. Blue Point Games did a really good job. Now we're going to come down in here, and you're supposed to blow up that barrel and to create a bridge to get across. But before you do, come to the corner here to get your third treasure. Now a little bit later on, you're going to have a puzzle, and it's going to open up this hole, and you're going to eventually get the kind of waterfall going there, and you're going to jump down, and at the bottom down here, you're going to find our fourth treasure here in Chapter 2. Now you're going to notice a theme here. Anytime you see a waterfall in this game, and there's quite a few of them, there's usually a treasure nearby. I don't know what it is with Naughty Dog in their waterfalls, but there's usually a treasure nearby. So just a little bit past that, you're going to have to make a jump over here, and then you're going to go up some stairs, and there's going to be a cutscene. Now after that cutscene, before continuing on, kind of turn around to your right, and go to the back corner here. You'll see a skeleton as well as a treasure, so go ahead and pick that up. And then a little bit later on, as you get back outside, you can jump up on these pillars here. You don't have to as far as progressing the story, but if you do, you're going to find another treasure. Now you're going to see the treasure counter says there's only 60 total. That's true, there's 60 treasures plus one strange relic. And that's going to get you a total of 61 collectibles. Now we're moved on to Chapter 3 here, and this is right at the very beginning. You're going to have to do some wall platforming here, and there's going to be the submarine down below us. And you're going to get to this point, and you're supposed to jump up and then jump off to the left. Instead, kind of shimmy over here to the right, and then we're going to see the faint glimmer of the treasure right there. These things are really hard to see. You'll see the glimmer possibly, sometimes you don't. But just go to these locations, and of course you'll find it. Now once you've made your way down to the submarine itself, you need to enter it from the middle. But if you go all the way to the front, you will find another treasure. And you see me skipping along there. Skipping technically actually increases the speed slightly. Now Chapter 4, you're going to get in the car here, and this is at the very beginning, right after the cutscene. So as soon as the chapter begins, what you need to do is turn around. This one is going to be behind you. I really don't like when developers do this, but nonetheless, we're going to have to go behind us, and you'll see it sitting right over here, and there's a silver Inca figurine. Now you got another waterfall. This is just ahead, not far from the previous one, and the waterfall means treasure, so we're going to go to the left. We got this little cubby hole here, and we're going to find our 10th one. And we're going to get the Novice Fortune Hunter trophy. There's one for every 10 that you collect of these. A little later on, you got yet another waterfall up ahead here. And we're supposed to jump up to this platform here. And then we're going to jump across and walk along the log there with the bird on it. Instead of, before you go across that log, drop down here and you'll find the treasure. Now this is going to be the area, and there's going to be a big firefight here. Now I played this on crushing difficulty. Crushing is unlocked from the beginning when you first pop it in, so you can get the platinum trophy in one single playthrough, which is really nice. But you're going to come up across this way, and you can find another treasure. Now there is a brutal difficulty mode that is not required for the platinum trophy, but there is a separate trophy list that includes that one. Now a little bit later on, you're going to have, well, there's a trophy there. You're going to come to this area here, and you need to climb up the wall just in front of us here, and then we're going to have to jump backwards to get to the next area. But before we do, if you go off to the left, you'll see it sitting here in the corner. Now this is a little bit later on. You got this little archway here, and I'm going to actually get a triple kill with a grenade and get the triple dynamite trophy. There's also another one for doing that 5 times throughout the game. But I cleared out this area, and we're supposed to go off to the right. But instead, before we go over there, we're going to come to the back corner here. Avoid getting shot, but pick up the treasure. Number 15, yet another waterfall. There's going to be 2 guys standing at the top of the waterfall. So after you take them out, you're going to come over to the other side here. And then there's going to be a thing you got to walk across. But we're going to drop down below it, and we're going to find a treasure there. Right over here in the corner. That's number 15. Moving on, in again chapter 4. This is the area where the plane is stuck in the tree. After you've eliminated the several waves of enemies, you're going to exit through this passageway here, and just to the right you'll see the treasure. So pick that up, and then we're going to have to, the next section, shimmy over here, drop down, and there's going to be another area with a bunch of tripwire traps. But before going over there, you can come over to the corner and pick up the treasure. Now, you can pick this up before you kill those guys or after. If you do die or restart checkpoint, it doesn't matter. The collectible is saved, so you don't have to go and pick those up again. Of course, if you miss any of these, you can go and chapter select and get them. Now, after you've navigated the trap field there, before heading off to the next area, come swing around up here. Sitting right on the ground is the treasure. And we're going to move on to chapter 5. Now this is the very first area of the fortress, our first section where we killed a bunch of guys, and we're going to find the strange relic. This is what makes the total number of collectibles 61, and there's a separate trophy for picking up just this single one. So make your way here, and then you have to jump across to the roof, and it's going to be right here in the corner. There's also going to be a couple more in this very same area, so let's go ahead and join the game in progress here and jump straight across. And then you're going to find this one kind of in those little white things here at the around the outside of the fortress. So we navigated our way here and sit right in here, and then we're going to go to the next one. And we got another trophy again because we got 20 now. Then we're going to go from this area, drop down here, and this is going to be on the opposite side of the gate. You may have seen it from the first area. So this is on the other side of it, so we have to kind of backtrack around. Then we're going to go pick that one up, and there's going to be one more in this chapter. And this is going to be towards the end when you head towards the infamous blue room, which is a pretty difficult section on, especially on the crushing difficulty. But you got the turret gunner on the other side there. Come up here. I forgot about that guy. And in the corner next to the stairs is going to be the treasure. So we're going to move on now to chapter number 6. Now we're still in the fortress area, and we just kind of fought a whole bunch of people, and we need to climb that tower over there. But before we do, there's going to be a guy waiting for us. I didn't clear him out apparently. Behind this tree, and we're going to have to kind of swing around it. You'll see it sitting right there, so we'll pick that up. And then the next one is going to be in the big area here. There's a whole bunch of people. You're going to have a guy in the machine gun up top there. If you go to the very back of this area, you'll see the gate in front of us. This is going to be just to the left of it. It's going to be right up there, but in order to get there, you have to climb up these rocks. Now you're going to go up to the second level here, and you're going to grab the gun, and you're going to clear out the enemies that are rushing that area. And then once you've completed that section, just come down the stairs, and at the very bottom, just swing around to the right. And this is going to be sitting right here in the corner. We have one more left here in this chapter, and this is going to be at the very end. Once you've cleared out the last group of guys, and you need to come into here and you're going to climb up and do some platforming, but we're going to actually climb up and do some platforming behind us, and this will lead us to a pretty well hidden treasure. A gold llama. Now we've skipped forward to chapter 8, and this is going to be right at the very beginning. As soon as you start the chapter, you'll enter this area, you swing around, and you'll find it right there on the ground. And then a little bit later in chapter 8, after you dealt with the grenade launcher guy shooting at you, you're going to be in this area here, and in this corner, you're going to find the treasure. So that's just a couple moments past the previous one. Now a little bit later, you're going to have another large firefight here, and you need to go through that doorway in front of us. Now before we do, we're going to go to the back left of this area. Now there was multiple waves of enemies that came at us here. And you get the fish charm. It's number 30. You're going to do the ziplining bit here. This is the final one here in chapter 9. You need to open the door for Chloe, but before you do, drop down and look for the treasure that's in this room. And get another trophy. And move on to chapter 10. This is at the very beginning, or near the very beginning. You're going to have a room full of enemies. You need to climb those stairs there, that staircase. There's also another staircase in this area. So before going that way, go and climb back up here. And this is actually right above where you entered from. So we're in chapter 11, and you're going to have this area here. This is before you cross the long bridge. You're going to come up these stairs, and you're supposed to go to the left. Instead, head over here to the right, and you will find a treasure right on the ground. Now we're going to go to that bridge, and there's going to be a cutscene initiated when you get halfway across. After the cutscene's over, we're going to go to the left, which is the way you're supposed to go. But you're supposed to go up the next set of stairs. Instead, we're going to go down, and this is going to be along the back side of the stairs. So let's just go ahead and take it from this location, because the next one's pretty close. So we're going to go up the stairs, and we're going to jump out the window. And then we're going to go through a little tunnel. Now, at the end of this tunnel, you're going to come across a guy with his back towards you. You can do a stealth melee kill on him. Just as a footnote, you do need to do that 50 times in this game to get a trophy. So what you can do is initiate this. As soon as you execute the melee stealth, you can restart the checkpoint and then just kind of keep doing that over and over to farm the kills if you want. In either case, just go past him, you'll see the treasure sitting right there on the ground. Now we're in chapter 13. You're going to have to bust through this door. There's going to be 3 pirates on the opposite end of it. Once you clear them out, you're going to head this way. There's another waterfall over here. So go ahead and pick that one up and then go back. And you're going to go through another door. And you're going to come up these stairs. There's going to be a little cutscene. And you see some broken stairs here just on the bottom of it if you go into the water. You'll see the treasure. Now a little bit later on, you're going to come to this area. You need to blow up these barrels in order to allow Chloe to get through the door. Or Elena, sorry. And in the corner was the treasure. And then in this area is a big open courtyard. There was a couple snipers. And this is from the start of the area. There's a few treasures in this section. So from where you entered, if you jump over the railing here, it'll lead you to the silver toothpick. And then we're going to drop down. Now in crushing difficulty, this section here was pretty difficult. Now if you go to the front left corner from where you entered, you'll see another one sitting over here on the ground. Now there's going to be another one in the back left corner. So we're going to run straight to there. And that second sniper was in the building just up here above us to the left. The game's trying to force a hint upon me. Don't they know I'm trying to get collectibles? But come down to this area, and there's going to be in the back left corner another treasure for us. And we got another trophy there for collecting 40 of them. Now, number 41 is in the puzzle room here with the statues. Once you've aligned them the correct way, a secret passageway will open, the bookcase will turn, and you'll come down here, and then this is going to be on the left side. So there we go. Now we're going to move on to chapter 14. Now this is at the very beginning. As soon as chapter 14 begins, there's going to be a little secret path here. You can go to the right. This takes us right to the treasure. So again, that's just a second after the story started. Now you have yet another waterfall, and you see at the base of it there's going to be another treasure. Now you have to go this way as part of the story, so you'll walk right past this. Before going up the stairs, go to the base of this. And go ahead and pick that up. And then you're going to eventually get out from the catacombs, and you're going to enter the church for the first time. And in this area, right behind you where you started, there's the silver Snuffbox. So you can go ahead and pick that up before or after you clear out the enemies. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to have to shoot the 2 bells to open up the tunnel passage here you're going to drop down into. Once you do, come around here and pick that up. And then we're going to kind of navigate some more platforming here. You're going to have a cutscene once you enter this room. And immediately after that, you're going to go through the opposite doorway here. And there's going to be a short, small set of stairs here, and this is actually just around the corner from it, so go ahead and pick that up. And we got one more left in chapter 14. So go ahead and proceed to the very end. This is the exit point. And I'm getting a little turned around, but you'll see this. This is where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to interact with this wheel, spam the triangle button. And right behind you, when you interact with that, is going to be the treasure. So make sure you pick that up first before you leave this room. Now, chapter 15, this is right at the very beginning of it. You're going to see some stairs here. This is not the set of stairs I'm looking for. I'm looking for this one over here. And just to the right of it is going to be another treasure. Now, number 49 is going to be this long passageway here. There's a whole bunch of enemies that you need to kill. So jump across, and you're supposed to go through the entranceway just in front of us. Instead, we're going to turn left, and in the corner is going to be the treasure, and then we're going to go through that door, and that's where the next one is going to be. Oh, my apologies, I missed one. We need to first go this way, and you're going to go in through the stained glass open window there, and you're going to have 2 guys come out of this little side room to the right. If you go in that room from which they came, you'll see the treasure. And that is number 50, so that means we'll get another trophy. Alright, so after you do the key puzzle here, where you got to pull down both of the keys, it opens up that stained glass opening there. So we're going to go into this area, go to the dead end path to the right, and you'll see it right here at the end. Now you're going to be out in the cemetery area. After you cleared out the guys in the first area, there's 2 areas, and each of them will have a treasure. Once you clear them out, opposite of the way you're supposed to go, which is to the left, if you go over here to the right, you can, a pretty well hidden skull right there. It's appropriate. And then you go up the stairs that were on the left, and then you're going to have a whole bunch more guys here. Once you clear them out, you're supposed to go through the doors of the building right there. But continue past it and go to this corner to reveal the location of number 53. Now we're going to go from chapter 15 to chapter 16, and this is kind of near the very beginning of it, and this, I suppose it's a puzzle in its loosest form, I guess. Now what you need to do is, that's the center area right there you're supposed to drop down to take you to where you're going to go. Before you drop down there, just come up this way. And you'll run right into it. Now number 55, this is going to be after you interact with the wheel thing that activates all the traps, you need to jump over to the right where those swinging lamps are. But if you jump over here to this little ledge here to the left, you will lead yourself right to number 55. Now 56, towards the end of this chapter, you're going to go up the first set of spiral staircase. Now I cleared out all the enemies already, but there's actually going to be a platform you can jump to right there. So be careful with this one. I'm going to jump up on this banister and jump over and almost fall off. So hopefully you do this with a little bit more grace than I did. But get there and you will get your 56th treasure. Now in chapter 18, we've skipped 17. In chapter 18, you're going to be down here and you're going to enter a hallway here, and in this hallway is going to be a bunch of these things. I'm not entirely sure what they're called. Well, they're dead. That's what I'm going to call them. So come down this hallway, and this is kind of a maze. So I'm kind of just showing you from a little further back. But come down from that room and then turn right at the end. And down here, you're going to have some more of these things. And there's a dead-end path here to the left. And then here, you're going to find a treasure. Now we skip to chapter 19. This is the very end of chapter 19. Right before you leave, and this is the area with a bunch of boxes. Before you do, turn around, come up here, and then platform across to these boxes here to my right. And on top of that is our treasure we're looking for. Now number 59 is chapter 20. This is right at the very beginning. Race to the rescue. As soon as you climb out, back outside, swing around, and you'll see it right in front of me.
Sully, come in.
Or maybe you won't. These things are really hard to see.
Heading your way.
You just look for the triangle prompt and you'll find it. Now number 60. This is also in chapter. This is chapter 21. And once you're in the catacombs here, you're gonna go through a couple of these rooms. And right there is our first one. Now there's going to be one more in the very next room. So we're gonna go ahead and find that. That's going to be number 61. That'll also get us the gold trophy for finding all 61 collectibles. And I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I love this game. I was happy to be able to replay and revisit it once again, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit like, and then of course comment and subscribe.